Have you ever noticed how Bitcoin's price seems to follow a dramatic roller coaster-like pattern every few years? It's not just your imagination. This phenomenon is famously known as the Bitcoin 4-year cycle, and it's one of the most talked about topics in the crypto world. But what exactly is it? And why does it happen? Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, we're going to break down this powerful cycle in a simple, easy-to-understand way, so you can finally grasp what everyone's talking about. So, what is this 4-year cycle? In a nutshell, it's a recurring pattern where Bitcoin's price tends to go through 4 distinct phases over roughly 4 years. A massive bull run, a market peak, a long bear market, and a period of accumulation. Think of it like the seasons. You have spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Each phase has its own characteristics, and they follow each other in a predictable sequence. Let's travel back in time to see this in action. The first major cycle really kicked off after 2012. Bitcoin's price, which was just a few dollars, started to climb. By late 2013, it exploded, rocketing up to over $1,000. This was the massive bull run, the summer of the cycle. Everyone was euphoric. But then, just as quickly as it rose, the market hit its peak. The party was over. What followed was the long, cold winter, the bear market of 2014, and into 2015. The price crashed dramatically, losing over 80% of its value. Many people lost faith and declared Bitcoin dead. But for those who held on or started buying during this quiet period, they were in the accumulation phase, the spring. And then, like clockwork, it happened again. The next cycle began to warm up in 2016. The price started its slow, steady climb. By 2017, we were in the middle of another epic bull run. This was the one that truly captured mainstream attention. Bitcoin soared from under $1,000 at the start of the year to nearly $20,000 by December. The hype was unbelievable. Your friends, your family, your barber, everyone was talking about Bitcoin. But history repeats itself. After hitting that peak, the market turned. The great crypto winter of 2018 arrived, and once again, the price plummeted by over 80%. This was followed by another accumulation phase in 2019 and early 2020. Are you seeing the pattern? Let's look at the most recent cycle. Starting in late 2020, after a long period of quiet, Bitcoin began its ascent once more. This time, it blew past its old high of $20,000 and kept climbing, eventually reaching a new all-time high of nearly $70,000 in 2021. And what came next? You guessed it. A sharp correction and a bear market that dominated 2022. The price fell significantly. And again, the chorus of Bitcoin is over grew loud. But now, as we move through 2023 and into 2024, many analysts believe we've been in another accumulation phase, setting the stage for the next potential cycle. So the big question is, why? Why this 4-year rhythm? Is it magic? Coincidence? The answer lies in a core feature of Bitcoin's design, something called the halving. The halving is an event that's literally programmed into Bitcoin's code. To understand it, you need to know a little bit about how new Bitcoins are created. They are created through a process called mining. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex math problems, and when they solve one, they get to add a new block of transactions to the Bitcoin blockchain. As a reward for their work, they receive a certain number of new Bitcoins. Here's the crucial part. The creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, designed the system so that the reward for mining a block gets cut in half approximately every 4 years, or more precisely, every 210,000 blocks. This event is the halving. Let's visualize this. Imagine you have a magical apple tree that produces a fixed number of apples every day. At first, it gives you 50 apples a day. But after 4 years, the tree magically changes, and it only produces 25 apples a day. 4 years later, it halves again, giving you only 12.5 apples a day. The supply of new apples entering the market is getting smaller and smaller over time. This is exactly what happens with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first started, the mining reward was 50 BTC per block. The first halving occurred in November 2012, and the reward dropped to 25 BTC. The second halving was in July 2016, dropping the reward to 12.5 BTC. The third halving happened in May 2020, cutting the reward to 6.25 BTC. The most recent halving was in April 2024, and the reward is now just 3.125 BTC. So how does this supply shock drive the price cycle? It all comes down to the basic economic principle of supply and demand. The halving directly reduces the rate at which new bitcoins are created. It cuts the new supply in half. Now, if the demand for Bitcoin stays the same, or more importantly, continues to grow, what do you think happens to the price when the new supply is suddenly reduced? It tends to go up. Let's put the halving events on our timeline next to the price cycles. The 2012 halving happened just before the massive 2013 bull run. The 2016 halving happened just before the epic 2017 bull run. And the 2020 halving happened right before the 2021 bull run that took us to new all-time highs. The correlation is incredibly strong. The halving acts as a catalyst. It creates a supply squeeze that historically has ignited the next major bull market about 6 to 12 months after the event itself. Think of it like a rocket launch. The halving is the ignition sequence. It doesn't cause the rocket to instantly shoot into the stratosphere, but it starts the powerful engine burn that propels it upward. The reduction in new supply creates a fundamental pressure. As demand grows from new investors, institutions, and wider adoption, there are fewer new coins available to meet that demand, pushing the price higher. Of course, human psychology plays a massive role too. The narrative of the halving itself creates hype and expectation. As the halving approaches, people start talking about it. Media outlets cover it. Investors anticipate a price rise, so they start buying in advance, which itself can start to push the price up. This becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The bull run attracts more attention, leading to FOMO, the fear of missing out. More people pile in, pushing prices to euphoric, often unsustainable levels, which leads to the eventual peak and the subsequent crash when the hype dies down. The cycle of greed and fear is a powerful amplifier of the fundamental supply shock from the halving. So, to recap, the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is a pattern of boom and bust. It starts with the halving, a programmed reduction in the new supply of Bitcoin. This supply shock, combined with steady or growing demand, tends to kickstart a major bull run. The bull run creates hype and FOMO, leading to a parabolic price peak. Eventually, the market corrects, leading to a long bear market or crypto winter. Finally, a quiet accumulation period sets in, where smart investors prepare for the next cycle to begin all over again. It's a beautiful, chaotic, and powerful mechanism. It's important to remember, though, that past performance is not a guarantee of future results. While this cycle has been incredibly consistent so far, the crypto market is always evolving. Increased regulation, institutional adoption, and new technologies could all influence future cycles in unpredictable ways. Understanding this cycle isn't about perfectly predicting the future. It's about understanding the underlying mechanics of Bitcoin and the market psychology that surrounds it. It gives you a framework, a map to help you navigate the wild and wonderful world of crypto. So the next time you see Bitcoin's price going crazy, either up or down, you'll have a much better idea of what might be happening behind the scenes. I hope this breakdown made the Bitcoin 4-year cycle crystal clear for you. It's one of the most fascinating aspects of the crypto world. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We love breaking down complex topics to make them simple. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.